Hello. I just want to talk about perception today. The topic is perception. What do I mean by that is that I get a few people here and there saying, "Oh, you should be a little more on the positive side. You sound a little negative." So whether it's like my page or my channel or in general, and I just kind of go, well, no, that's your perception. That's your perception of me, is you perceive me as negative, and so to kind of like clarify a little about me, plus how you can view people, is it's perception. You know, to me, I just am. There's no a lot of what I say, especially if it's like factual, or at least pretty true to a truth. Um, then it's not perceived as negative. One silly example would be, you get people that go, "Oh, dude, don't make it weird," whatever it may be. And then I would say to them, well, you're making it weird by perceiving it to be weird. You know what I mean? Like, you thinking it's weird, yes, you made it weird. But if you don't think that way, it's not weird. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that it's like when I say something, it's not negative. I'm not even trying to be that person who's like, I'm just a realist, like I'm just being real. I'm not being negative or positive. Like I'm trying to avoid that too. But like it's just more like I'm talking, and I don't perceive it as like a negative, because like when you try to live a life as like non-biased as possible, even though it's hard because we all grew up a certain way and we're taught certain ways, so we're always going to have biases. But if you try to be as aware as possible, then what you say is you're just saying things. You're stating facts, or you're stating things, but it's how you want to perceive it. And so I just kind of wanted to make this quick video of addressing that it's, perception. You could look at me and go, "Oh man, what you're saying, blah blah," but more times than not, when people say things like that, it's usually because they think I'm attacking them, or attacking their character, or attacking something they love. So, like a prime example is if you go on the Instagram thing, it's like, yeah, I shoot a lot of information. I shoot a lot of things. Sometimes I agree with what I state, sometimes I'm just evoking thought. And, I just want to like get you to question things. But when you go after popular things, like concerts or bands or movies or Disney or whatever, it's like when you try to get people to think a different way, but it's so ingrained in them. Oof, they think you're attacking them, they think you're being negative, whatever. Case in point, it's December now, and so when I talk about the holidays, sometimes I say like, "Oh, I just don't want you to spend money." You know what I mean? Like, the holidays are supposed to be about being good, being a good person, being around your family, being a caring, loving human being on this planet. And now it's kind of devolved to like, well, let's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, let's spend money, commercialism, blah 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 blah. So I'll state things to try to get you to think a different way, where it's like, I want you to be a good person, and that doesn't mean you have to spend money. It doesn't mean you have to, buy a gift to make somebody happy, and then that's you being a good person. There's other ways to enjoy this planet that doesn't have to be the same thing every year. Every year, you know, the Christmas music comes out in November. We try to celebrate Christmas early. We think we're better than other people when we're like jolly and Christmassy, and we're like, "Hey, why are you being negative?" When really it's like we're being programmed, and I want you to think that way, where it's like, well, no, you should be a good person year round. You shouldn't just be more jolly in December. You shouldn't just be like, "Oh, okay, yay, like I'm gonna try this or that." It's like, try it year round. How about that? And so you got to realize, especially in America, we're just spending, we keep doing these things where they're a little too cyclical, and those things kind of get boring, and you can kind of like ask yourself, are they dictating our behaviors? And so that's what I mean. It's like when I try to say like, don't spend money on the holidays, it's like, yeah, buy a gift for somebody who you love. Like, sure, I'm not gonna like do that, but it's like, at the same time, just think about it. You know what I mean? Like, your time, your presence for them is your present. You know what I mean? Like, you saying I will be there for the holidays versus, I'm gonna send you a gift or a card, those speak volumes. You being there is better than you just giving them, a flat screen TV, which is basic. You know what I mean? Like, don't fall for these things, and don't be such a person who's like, okay, oh yay, discounts, like I'm gonna be, I'm excited, I get to save a few $100, and like you don't really think about like prices, and you don't even research how businesses work and understand like how sales work, and you don't understand, like, it's like, just either learn it and know it and understand it and truly understand if you're getting the good deal or whatever, or just don't fall for it. You know what I mean? Like, question yourself and be like, should good deals be happening all the time? So anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent because that was like a big example of why perception is key. But yeah, like I said, this video is just about perception. You might think of me as like a grinchy person sometimes, but it's like you could also state me as just somebody who states information. Like, think of me as like a thesaurus, if anything. I'm not trying to like put myself on a pedestal and be like, yeah, I'm this most knowledgeable person. But if I'm trying to get you to like go a certain way or something, don't be like, well, is he just being a negative Gus? Or try to be like, okay, what is he trying to do? How is he trying to think? Why does he want me to think this way? What is he trying to say? Like, don't get instantly insulted and think, oh, like, the perception of me is this negative person or whatever. So that's what I want to say, is I'm just talking and I'm trying to evoke things, but usually people take it as negative if they think they're being attacked in some way. Well, there's no attacking. My goal in life isn't to just, be mean. I don't get up in the morning and be like, oh, how can I, crap on people and stuff. Like, that's just, that's a little weird. Oh, I hate life, I'm just gonna put it on. And those people exist, but it's just not for me. I don't know. That's too weird for me personally to be like, I'm gonna make people do this. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day because my video broke.